Good afternoon, YouTube live stream. Hello. I am on here to share from the Bible about the violence that's glorified in hip hop. This is bigger than rap. This is bigger than music. This is about the violence that's glorified in hip hop. It's more than music. Okay? The hip hop, the hip hop rap artists who are glorifying violence and trying to justify it is more than entertainment. It's bigger. It's bigger than that. So I thank y'all for tuning in to this. The hip hop rap artists who will glorify criminal activity in hip hop. Criminal activity is glorified. Okay? And the people who listen to it, the consumers are in love with it. They're in love with it. It's bigger than rap. It's bigger than music, okay? It's bigger than rap. It's bigger than music. So that's what I'm on here to share. I thank y'all for tuning in to this message. Okay. So here we go. Hip hop. The lyrical content. The lyrical content in hip hop. So if you're looking to So that's what I'm on here to share, okay? The lyrical content. So many people are in love with the violent lyrics. Once again, it's bigger than music, it's bigger than rap. The hip hop rap artists glorifying criminal activity is glorified in hip hop. They glorify that. So I'm going to be in Proverbs 2:14. It says Proverbs, let's see, yeah, Proverbs 2:13. Let me see, make sure I get it right. It says, who have left the straight path to walk in darkness, who delight in doing wrong and rejoice in the perverseness of evil, those paths who are crooked and deceitful. So the hip hop rap artists, they rejoice in doing wrong. They glorify criminal activity and try to justify it. Yeah, criminal activity is glorified in hip hop, and the consumers, the people who listen to these lyrics, are in love with it. They glorify doing wrong. They glorify criminal activity, and they glorify a lifestyle that they're not even living. Okay, and a lot of people go to these concerts. They listen to what these rappers are saying, and ain't none of it true. Ain't none of it true. It's all about the money. Okay, and it seemed like it's right. It seemed like it's right because the rappers want to tell you that being rich and famous is success. Being rich and famous is not success. There is a way of life that seems harmless. It seems harmless. There is a way of life that looks harmless. It looks harmless to rap about death and destruction. It looks harmless. Proverbs 14:12. There is a way of life that looks harmless enough. Look again, it leads straight to hell. Surely people appear to be having a good time, but all the laughter will end in heartbreak. So I'm speaking from God's truth. Glorifying criminal activity in hip hop. There is a way of life. It looks harmless enough. Look again, it leads straight to hell. Surely people appear to be having a good time. All that laughter will end in heartbreak. That's Proverbs 14:12. That's all I ever heard out of hip hop. I'm talking about the hip hop with the explicit lyrics. All they do is glorify violence. And the hip hop from the 90s and the hip hop of today, this ain't hip hop. This is not hip hop. That's hypocritical hop. The hip hop that we're hearing today is not hip hop. Okay? But I'm praying for the rappers who are glorifying criminal activity. I'm praying for the consumers who are in love with listening to criminal activity. Criminal activity. We got a lot of crime going on in our world today, but then you got the rappers, they glorify doing wrong. They glorify being a gangster. They glorify a lifestyle that they're not even living. And the people who are listening, the consumers, they in love with it. Okay? And all they rapping about is death and destruction. What are they rapping about in hip hop? In the year 2026, they're rapping about death and destruction. Death and destruction. That's all they rap about. And people are in love with death and destruction. That's all I ever heard out of hip hop, out of the hip hop rap artists. There's nothing wrong with the word hip hop, but the rappers in hip hop who are rapping about death and destruction. That's what's coming out their mouth, death and destruction. Proverbs 27:20. Death, death and destruction are never satisfied. Proverbs 27:20. And that cannot help our community. That cannot help the community that we live in. Death and destruction are never satisfied, neither are the human eyes. So, what are the hip hop rap artists rapping about? Death and destruction. Okay? But you got so many people out there that's so in love, the consumers, the people that go to the concerts, the people that are in love with lyrics that promote death and destruction. It's bigger than rap, it's bigger than music. That can't help our community rapping about death and destruction. No. So I'm praying for the rappers who are lying to the public, and I'm praying for the consumers, the people who consume these lyrics. Okay? Death and destruction. That's all they rap about. That's all you ever heard. And people are in love with death and destruction because it's all about the money. It's all about the money. The hip hop music industry, they will sign anything. They will sign anybody to a record contract today. People sign anybody. These record labels sign anybody, these big record labels, because they all about the money. That's all they care about. They don't care about what they put out. It could be saying the most degrading thing, they'll still put it out. And the consumer, the people who are consuming explicit contents are being deceived. The devil is deceiving the consumer. The consumer is being deceived, and so is the rapper. Okay? So, glorifying criminal activity in hip hop lyrical content, it leads to destruction. It seems like it's right, though. I shared with you in Proverbs, there's a way of life that seems harmless. It seems harmless to rap about death and destruction. You think it's just music. I'm talking to the consumer. The consumer, the people that's consuming this. It's not just music. They're trying to tell y'all that they live in a gangster life, that they doing all this criminal activity, when none of these rappers are living that way. It's all made up. There is a way of life that looks harmless. It looks harmless. There's a difference between glorification and narrating. See, when you narrate, you're sharing, this is how God brought me out. But they're not doing that. The rappers with the explicit lyrics are glorifying criminal activity. They glorifying doing wrong. And it's not freedom of speech. That's not freedom. That ain't freedom. I'm praying for the consumers. I'm praying for the rappers. Proverbs 14:13. There is a way of life that looks harmless enough. Look again. It leads straight to hell. Surely people appear to be having a good time. All that laughter will end in heartbreak. So all the laughter in hip hop about glorifying criminal activity and glorifying doing wrong, it leads to heartbreak. It's going to lead to heartbreak. Criminal activity leads to heartbreak. So I'm praying for the consumers who are consuming these violent lyrics. It's bigger than rap. It's bigger than music. Okay? So I'm praying for you, consumer. And I'm praying for the rapper who's rapping death and destruction. I'm praying that God's goodness and kindness and love will lead you to repentance, okay? That's what I'm praying for. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.